Let's say we're hosting a 100-meter race. We want to know who's the fastest. If there are only 2 participants, it's easy. We just have them compete against each other. But if there are lots of participants, we can't have them all compete at once. We have to let them run in waves and record how fast they're running. If they're competitive, and which runners aren't, we need to make sure that our measurements are both accurate and precise. Both those terms are important, but they mean different things. They're the topic of this module in experimental design. Let's start with a classic example, the bullseye. If we're shooting at a target, our goal is accuracy and precision. That will result in all our shots being close together and near the center. If we were accurate but not precise, then our bullets would all be centered on the target but perhaps spread out more widely. Precise but inaccurate would be a tight cluster of bullets but off-center. And accurate and imprecise would be spread widely and off-center. These differences are important because they can tell us information about both the gun and the shooter. Precise and accurate likely means a good shooter and a good gun. Accurate and imprecise is likely still a good gun, but perhaps a less talented shooter. Precise but inaccurate could mean a good shooter, but something's wrong with the gun. Maybe the sight is off. And inaccurate and imprecise might mean that both our gun and shooter need adjustment. Now let's try an animal model. You're trying to get some mice to lose weight. You put some on a diet. Your goal is to get them to lose an ounce every 2 weeks. And each morning you weigh them to see what's changed. Your scale needs to be both precise and accurate. If it's neither, then you're going to see readings that fluctuate randomly with no rhyme or reason. If it's accurate but not precise, then you're going to see daily readings that go up and down over a few points randomly, but average out to your correct weight. If it's precise but inaccurate, then you'll see readings that are consistent from day to day, but a few ounces higher or lower than the actual weight. A precise and accurate scale would be consistent from day to day and show the correct weight. Finally, let's focus on accuracy. That's the concept that describes how close the actual measurement is to reality. If we take some humans and have them run a race, but time everyone with a clock with no second hands, then we could only give people results rounded to the closest minute. If you use a watch with a second hand, that might be better. But if you watch the Olympics, you see these things come down to hundredths of a second. You can't do that with an analog wristwatch. You need something digital. A digital stopwatch is going to be much more precise than a wall clock in measuring how quickly someone runs 100 meters. But it could still be inaccurate. If we have a human holding the stopwatch, and that human keeps hitting the stop button too early or too late, then the readings might be precise but not accurate, clustered tightly around the wrong times. Both accuracy and precision are very, very important in experiments. We need to know, first of all, that the measurements we take are accurate. They have to represent reality. This applies if we're talking something physical, like weight, or something in the lab. It also applies when we're talking about scales or instruments used in behavioral research. They need to be validated to prove that they are accurate. They also need to be precise to be assured that you're getting the accurate results time and time again. If they're not, then variance might become a serious factor that skews your results. This training module is part of a series funded by the National Institutes of Health.